My name is Derek Turton, AKA Chef Teach. I'm the owner and the founder of the world famous House of Mac, Miami, Florida. This is my story from my mouth.
Check it out. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes. DJ S&S the great. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time felon. It ain't no telling you be a first-time felon. No telling when you be a first-time.
What would you say is the highlight of your journey as a manager? And then what's the highlight of your journey as a chef?
The highlight of my journey as a manager, my highlights was really seeing Pitt and artists that I work with be successful, right? The music business at times could really be like a thankless business, you know what I'm saying? And, I think a gift and a curse with me is like, sometimes I think with my heart more than I think with my mind. And so like when I get into things, I just go all in. And like for me, that whole Pitt push was about Pitt. I wanted to see homie win. I wanted to see him be successful. I just wanted to, that was the end goal. Like that's what we was doing. I think the hype, because a lot of times people think money equals happiness, right? And it's just like money is money. Like money is cool, financial freedom is cool, but it's just other things that, like purpose is more important to me than money at this point in my life. And at one point I used to gauge success with dollar amounts and objects and cars and things like that. And then when I started getting these things, I still felt unfulfilled. So the things that brought me fulfillment was like accomplishment, like just doing things. So like seeing what I saw in Pitt earlier on, and then seeing him have a #1 record a few times over, seeing like homie used to live around the corner in the hood, and then when he bought his jet or bought his boat, or you know what I'm saying? Like that was accomplishment me and purpose, and I feel like we accomplished something, and whether I'm a part of it now or not, like I'm grateful for him, and I'm grateful for his success, and I'm grateful for being part of the journey.
Right.
Success for me in terms of the food business is, I think I'm at a different place in my life, and at this place in my life, it's about ownership, it's about legacy, it's about financial freedom, it's like my vision is just something totally different. So like for me, actually saying I'm gonna do this and following through with it and doing it, and then getting a truck, and then a truck turning into 2 trucks, and then 2 trucks turning into 3 restaurants. I just put in another offer on a restaurant this morning before you walked in here. Purpose for me is being able to provide jobs coming in the community. We in Overtown right now. Overtown is probably the equivalent of like East New York or Brownsville in New York. You know what I'm saying? And when I come into these places, what's happening, bro? When I could come into the community, we got all these social things going on. We got police killing, you got us killing, we got so many social situations that we deal with, and you got so many people that's just talking about the problems, and then you got people that's doing something about it, right? So like for me, me being able to go in a community and open up a business and be able to hire 20, 30 people from the community, and put jobs in the community. When I get phone calls at 7 o'clock in the morning, like, yo, bro, I just calling to say thank you, man. Like, I just bought my house a home. Or I just, I just appreciate you just, put me in a solid position. I can take care of my family. That's the kind of things that, it just gives me purpose. And those are like the highlights of what I'm doing right now. Being able to say that I'm building something that my son's first job was with me. My son works for me, right? But he's really working for himself, because at the end of the day, I'm building something that this is yours, right? And knowing that like if my son wanted to go start a business, he don't have to go to a bank, he can holler at me. right? Like these are the things that is the perks for me, and this is what I do it for now. You got it. Well, if I start rambling, you just gotta just shut it.
Hey, it ain't no time limits. What was the worst moments in your journeys in both?
COVID.
Okay.
This shit for the books, champ.
If you could go back and do anything over, what would it be?
You know what's crazy, man? Like, even when you ask that question, bro, you know, adversity builds character, right? And like, some of the things you go through, it's like as crazy as prison was for me, right? If I didn't go through that at that point in my life, I would have been one of them dudes you talking about right now. Like one way or the other, my life and my trajectory, and like I needed to sit down. I needed something to give me like a hard pause, sit your ass down, and rethink things, because where my life was going, I feel like God intervened in my life at that time. Like honestly, bro, like I was old dog. I was lost. I was that dude in Brooklyn that you couldn't. They don't leave him alone. And once you can't talk to me no more, you can't talk to me. I was lost. I was gone. I didn't care about repercussions. I didn't care about. I just didn't care about life.
So you wouldn't change nothing?
Well, I'm not gonna say that. Let me reel it in. So, you ever seen the movie The Butterfly Effect? Right. So it's just like one of them kind of things. It's like I've been through a lot of things. You know what I would change, man? I would. So from a music standpoint, I would probably paper up better. I would definitely go into any situation, any business situation, and make sure that the paper is right. Because one thing I learned is that, you know, and I'm not speaking about nobody in particular. I'm saying like I've worked with several artists. I work with a lot of different people, and I say like it's a thankless business. I'm saying that I've seen the cycle of people come in and put in work, right? And they buy into the vision, the dream. It's like, homie, we're gonna put in this work and we're gonna take it to the motherland. And too many times, like when artists get to the motherland, the dudes who put in the work, they sitting on the sidelines, and this wasn't part of the plan, right? So, if I ever got back in the music business, all the personal stuff gotta, not saying it won't be personal because you're around somebody, but
Make sure you get paid.
at the end of the day, what we talked about, what we agreed about, all I gotta be on paper. It ain't no like, yo, my word, my man, yo, handshake and all of that. Like, you know, what we talked about gotta be honored on paper. That's one thing I would change about the music business. As far as the food business, you know, I made mistakes. Like my first truck, I bought a lemon. It looked good on the outside, and then, you know, one thing I would change about the food business is just doing my diligence a little bit better and just taking a little bit more time to just figure it out. Because I've made mistakes, and I've made like some expensive mistakes. I've made mistakes that like I wish I would have thought out a little bit more, and it probably would have saved me a lot of money and a lot of headaches and heartache or whatever. But on the same token, it conditioned me to know that like, yo, listen, I ain't never moving like that again, right? So, you know, just due diligence. But like, you know, I did music for 18 years, right? And I only been doing food for the last 6 years. So it's just some things, you know, you got wisdom and you got knowledge. It's like the knowledge is the stuff you learn in the books, and then the wisdom is the stuff you just learn hands-on, like that the books ain't gonna teach you. So some of the things I just gotta learn. Like, you know, some of the things like even just dealing with people and managing people, I'm learning more about people just being around people and just learning how to maneuver through it. and I'm really good at like even studying other people and learning from their mistakes and just trying to, you know, I learned a lot from Luke. Like Luke is like one of my biggest, like, you know, to this day, like Luke is like a great friend of mine. We talk but he's like one of those guys, like, you know, he don't just talk the talk. He puts you in position to do things, but then when you watch him move, because, you know, like Luke was like one of the trailblazers. Luke was like one of the dudes, he fought for the First Amendment. He, you know, and he went through it. He lost a lot, he gained a lot, whatever, but Luke is like a guy that, like, I've studied over the years. Like I've been in meetings with Luke, man, you know, like he just in passing and he'll just say some shit and you like, it's a $1 billion idea, and that's just the way he ain't even thinking about it. It's a throwaway for him. We just like, man, we just, I'm like, I'm gonna meet with him like, huh? Like, where's this coming from? But, you know, he been through his shit. He got, you know, he got his catalog taken. He, you know, he been through a lot of things. And then so, you know, you look at that, you're like, okay, cool. He was cool with dude, and then dude went and took his catalog. So, all right, you gotta paper up because, yeah, it'd be all good till it's all bad. And, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, man, I just respect the journey, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't gonna be all good. It ain't gonna be all bad. You gotta take it as it comes. But, you know, I think, like, at the end of the day, the entire journey kind of makes up the DNA of who you are. And it's like, it's crazy because, you know, like we grow up, right, and then we have kids, and we don't want our kids to go through what we went through, right? But then the things that we went through is kind of like what conditioned us. So it's just kind of like, how do you balance that out? Like I don't want my kid, I don't want my son or my daughter to have to go through some of the stuff that I had to go through that defined me as a man now. But like, how do I instill that in you to make you understand, like, you don't want to make these kind of mistakes. You don't want to do because sometimes people don't learn until they go through things. So it's, you know, it's you know, it's weird, man. But, you know, man, I'm just trying to just figure it out, man.
That's a good point.
My name is Derek Turton, AKA Chef Teach. I'm the owner and the founder of the world famous House of Mac, Miami, Florida. This is my story from my mouth.